Hey, Shalom. Call Halal, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Waha, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to Yakin, pushing this word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom. This is Mathia from the GMS Dallas camp, and wanted to go into a quick lesson. Our people don't want to remember. Our people always wants to forget. You so-called black, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the true nation of Israel. Everything that Esau had done in the past, our people want to say, let's love everybody and let go of everything. That's going to keep you at the bottom. You're supposed to recognize. Don't. It's a saying, you don't know where you going unless you know where you're coming from. And because the reason for that, because you will end up back in the same situation where you came from. If you don't know where you're going, and you'll be like, why I ended up here? Because you didn't see where you came from in the first place. You'll have our people, we've had our heritage stolen from us. And then when the prophets, when the men of the Lord tell you the truth, this is who you are, the so-called black, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the true Hebrew Israelites. We are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Our people don't want to believe. So Esau puts it in your mind to celebrate your own downfall. This is how low our people have become. All right. You see right here, it says the first Thanksgiving in 1637, the colonist army surrounded the fortified, if I'm saying this correctly, is Pequot village on the Mystic River. At sunrise, as the inhabitants slept, the Puritan soldiers set the village on fire and massacred over 700 Native Americans. The next day, the governor of Massachusetts Bay Colony declared a day of Thanksgiving, thanking God that they had eliminated over 700 men, women, and children. It was signed into law that this day forth shall a day of celebration and thanksgiving for subduing the Pequots. So your ancestors, because we are within, they were within the nation of Israel, okay? These are the people that was massacred. So just think if your grandparents was slaughtered in the way that was done, and your cousins and sisters and brothers, and then generations later, your ancestors, like the outskirts of your sisters, I mean your cousins that wasn't slain, or whoever wasn't slain, your they actually go out and have kids, and then generations later, they're celebrating your death. Do that sound like that's a righteous thing? Do that sound like that's something that you should be celebrating? But yet Esau Edom is the so-called white man who actually have subdued us and led us into subjection, took our heritage, and then they stole it, because now they say they're who we are, who we supposed to be. Now they are. Okay? Now they're the Jewish people, so and like you say, ish is sort of kind of, but not really. But we are the real Jews, which is short for Judah. Let's get this here. Lamentations 2, verse 14. It says, thy prophets have seen the foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity, to turn away thy captivity, but have seen for thee false burdens and causes of banishment. All that pass by clap their hands at thee, they hiss and wag their heads at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? We don't look like we're the perfection of beauty, but yet you see us on the front screen of your televisions making the money for who? Esau. But you can say, oh, well, they make millions, like sports guys and things like that. But you got to think, y'all are just gladiators making the money to keep Esau richer and keep the other man is down. 'Cause you got to think how much money people are spending to get. If you're making millions and you have somebody paying you millions, and it's a group of y'all and they're paying, where is this money coming from? They have to have enough money to pay you, and they not finna let you have more money than them. Y'all are millionaires, and these guys are billionaires, you know? And then these other nations just wag and clap and hiss and say, look at these damn fools. 'Cause they know the history. These other nations know the history. That's why they don't give a damn. All right? This is, and this comes out a lot. Psalms 83. All right? I'm going to go straight to it. Verse 3, it says, you know what, let's start it. Got to start up. I'll start at 2. It says, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against the hidden ones. And who are the hidden ones? The nation of Israel, so-called Black, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right? And these are thine enemies is talking about these other nations, because they tell you when you go down to verse 6, it goes into Edom being the first one, the Ishmaelites, Moab, and keep going. But we're going to stay up in here where it says in verse 4, it says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Now, when you look at that, how is that? They have cut our history off. They have cut who you don't remember who you are. Just like the massacre as it shows in 1637 and how Thanksgiving was created, and they giving thanks for the massacre of our ancestors. But yet our people want to say, well, it's for the kids. So you want your kids to celebrate massacre, the death of their ancestors, their people before them. And like you say, in reincarnation, you are your father. And yes, reincarnation is real, all right? That's why, like you said, Yahweh Shai, they were asking Yahweh Shai, which who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. They were asking him, who are you? Okay? They asked John, they were asking John the Baptist who he was, because they knew about reincarnation. All right? And the hidden ones are you. That is us. We are they. But yet, as it said in verse 15 of Lamentations 2, it says, all that pass by clap their hands at thee, they hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee, and hiss and gnash their teeth. The teeth, they say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we look for. We have found, we have seen it. So they have found and seen it, and they rejoice over it. Now the other nations are mourning as well because of Esau Edom. He has made a tumult over them and stabbed them in the back, and now they make them look like damn. That's why these other nations is gonna hate the whore. All right, which is Babylon the Great, who Esau Edom rules. This is the hammer of the earth. Now, when you look at they've raped, ravaged, murdered, all right, 90+% of the so-called Native American, all right, the Gadites, the Reubenites, these are you're a part of Israel. Okay, this was the northern kingdom. This is Jeremiah 2, verse 8. Is that what I want? Yeah. It says, the priest said not, where is the Lord? And they that handled the law knew me not. The pastors also transgressed against me, and the prophets prophesied by Baal, and walked after things that do not profit. When you go ahead and run around and say, Happy Thanksgiving, this and that, you're just feeding on to that spiritual demon that has basically been a forecast over you so-called Black, Latinos, and Native Americans to show that you don't give a damn what this nigga who is Esau Edom has done to you, who this so-called white man has done to you. You gonna rejoice your downfall. You gotta think, what is this? Sirach 12 says, never trust thine enemies. You got the two holidays that they put together to make you rejoice, and it's fall on their they fall on winter solstice, which basically is when these warlocks and these witches, this is their high time, this is their season. And when you think you're rejoicing with your family, you got to think these are the most deadliest time. This is the deadliest time of year. You have people getting robbed constantly over, like say, so-called presents, things like that. You having people getting drunk on the highway. It's a lot of demons that are out in this time. All right, that's why you need Yahweh protection over the madness and the wickedness of this world. You have these pastors that spreading the flock out in these pulpits, telling people, let's go in the back and have ham. This is the wickedness, and you have them. What was that? Now they have something in Halloween where they have stuff done at the church. You have ghouls and goblins running around the church. All right, you're sacrificing your kids to, okay, Baal. You're sacrificing your family to Baal, okay. What you're doing is not profiting. Now it's not profiting nothing. If it's profiting anything, these damn holidays, it's profiting to your death. Okay, it's not a positive profit to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. It's actually negative, so it's going towards the left hand side. All right. This is verse 9. Okay. Jeremiah 2:9. Wherefore I will yet plead with you, saith the Lord, and with your children's children will I plead. And the Lord has been pleading. Now it's time for judgment. Now it's time for judgment because our people are destroyed from a lack of knowledge, pursuing the Hosea 4:6. The Lord has pleaded, okay? Just like he pleaded for our people, judgment is coming. It's going to start off in the valley of Jehoshaphat, but you've been seeing judgment throughout. But that's when the ultimate judgment, like I said, the ultimate when World War III hit. But now we're seeing our people to tell them to turn back now, and you can see they don't give a damn. So call Allah, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, let the dominoes fall, Lord willing. Okay, we're those. I'm a part of that number. The Akim that's actually pushing this word in truth and sincerity. We're here. The Lord willing, like I said, the seal is here, and we're going to be delivered at the Wah, as it says in Ezekiel 9:4. Cause the hell with this place, man. All you see is pure wickedness now, and now we got our eyes open, and the rest are blinded. We see the wickedness, and so we're not happy here. So Lord willing, this place will be down soon. Like I said, you don't see it. Hopefully within the next couple of years. Hopefully by the end of this year. Call halal Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Bahashem Waha Rakakadash. Shalom.